Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another cat-tastic installment of 20 cc's of Catnip. I'm your host, Dr. Purrington, and today I am bringing you some exciting 1 vs 4 post-match gameplay. Let's jump right into it. Now, one thing I don't really like about the patch, this video scares the shit out of me every time a match starts. I really like the video, it's actually very nice and very informative, but every time the match starts, I'm a level 50 hunter. I think I know what I'm doing. Now, I haven't gotten into too many 1 vs 4 matches lately. This is not the best way to start it, because as you can see, they are all bunched up together, which means they are a coherent team of humans who know what they're doing. So I'm like, alright, maybe I can spot them from far away, maybe they won't see me coming. No, they are inside that building. Now, I haven't really experienced this before. I've never actually seen people use this building so efficiently. Efficiently is a nice word. As you can see, I'm gonna kind of shift around the building here and there, trying to find a way in. I don't see any entrances here. This guy's just kind of camping in the corner. There's a window here, but I'm not gonna be able to shoot through 2 sets of bars. There's a window over here. I'm thinking I can spin into it, and he opens fire on me. In fact, they're all shooting at me at that point. So I just back the hell up. I can see that there's a window over here, but again, I can't actually jump into it. I'm going to fire a horde spit into here just to kind of mess with them. It doesn't really matter. The horde's not going to be able to get into a building with no entrances, and they're probably not going to stand right next to the windows while they explode. So overall, next minute or so is me just trying to get into this building. They're shooting my zombies, but there's no real point. Let's see me trying to get up here. Trying to hop onto a ledge that does not exist. Not my smartest moment. I do check out the roof, but there's no entrance on the roof either. Now, I do see the window right there, so it's at least 1 entrance in, but if there's only 1 entrance, then they know where I'm coming from, so I do want to double check. I am going to go ahead with the UV spit. It doesn't break any of the flares in there. I assume that there were flares in that room, so I'm just going to hop up and down every once in a while to see if I can see them, but they're not. At this point, I don't know the layout of the building. I am going to go in a few seconds, but I did want to make sure that any flares that were in there were gone. The flares were actually downstairs, they're just kind of coming through the floor. I do go over here. I managed to get off the spit, but they hit me with the UV light, and they're already throwing down a flare in there, which was my mistake. I should have shot a second UV spit. I managed to get off a horde spit, but it doesn't matter. There's 4 guys in there, all of them sliced at me at once, and I am dead. Now, I have mentioned this in a previous video. Great thing to do as the Night Hunter, especially if you have time, like in these moments, because these guys are not leaving the building. It's to die to figure something out, because the Night Hunter, unlike the humans, has infinite lives. In this case, I did die, but now I also know the layout of the building. So there's a roof. They're not going to know which level of the building I'm on. As long as they're not in that room up there, they're not even going to know if I'm in the building or not. So I'm just going to go right up into there as quickly as possible. They'll probably think I'm just searching for another entrance. I go in for the UV spit, actually stick the guy. He walks back into his friends, cancels out their UV flare, and I leapfrog quad kill pounce the entire room. It's a beautiful moment. I have to go for the spin here. Just gotta spin. It's the fancy man's teabag. Okay, I'm done. Next challenge is actually escaping this building, because I still really don't know where I'm going. Downstairs obviously isn't the option, so I'm just going to go back out the way I came. Now, these guys have already respawned. That's ridiculous, first off. But at this point, I'm 4 kills ahead. I really doubt I'm going to lose this match unless they're extremely skilled players. They do kind of go into serious mode here, but as you'll see, this guy's equipping his flares, and he's not even going to be able to UV me, so I can go in for the free ground pound with UV block and get a nice kill off of it. His friend's going to be UVing me. I just want to get the hell out of there. There's 3 guys over there now, and his friend's going to spawn real quick. So, best to just kind of get out of there. Now, again, I've mentioned in previous videos, Horde Spit is invaluable. Right now, I am going to go ahead and try for the UV Spit Slam, which I've always told you I rarely get to use, but thankfully it actually works. I don't know how his friend didn't UV me in time, but he didn't. Going for the Horde Spit just to get the hell out of there. It's just so useful when you're facing 4 people, because you cannot face 4 people at the same time. It's just not possible. But when you have 6 or 7 exploding zombies running around, look at that spit stuff, by the way, that was pretty good. You're constantly distracting them, constantly making them think about something other than you. I do want to smash this guy off, but he actually lands on the ledge below me, which is weird. Now I'm getting UV by the people below me and in front of me, so I'm just going to back off. I really wanted to get this guy, but he jumps off. His friend just died to the horde over in the corner. Big mistake on my part right here. I've mentioned in past videos, and that's the worst part about it, I've actually made a video about it. I've mentioned in past videos that it's good to use downed humans as bait. I should have just waited up on top of the building and spit the guy with the horde spit, so that all of his friends would be infected with the horde, and then I could go down and attack. But I got greedy. I'm never going to tell you guys I'm perfect. Quad kill's pretty nice though. But yeah, not perfect. So, we spawned pretty far away. They're all back now. Full team of 4 guys. Like I said, they have 4 lives left, and they haven't even taken out a single nest. You're going to see me make a couple of bad plays, which... partially because there's 4 people and it's a little difficult to keep track of everybody, but also partially because I'm just futzing around at this point. Now, when I dive down here, what I really should have done was spit a UV spit right off the bat. I go for the horde spit just so, because I know I'm going to die in here. There's way too many guys around me. It's a nice combo, by the way. Drop kicks me and then slices me while I'm recovering. It's a good combo. It's totally legitimate. But what I should have done was just UV spit right off the bat and waited until he couldn't UV me at all. I kind of figured he was going to sit in the corner and throw a flare, in which case he wouldn't be able to UV light me, but that was not the case. He was quite prepared. So I'm going to go ahead and revive here. Same spot as last time. Going to head right back to them. They are going after the nest. They will be able to stop it. But as you'll see here, good strategy, when humans are using flares, go ahead and just fire a spit into them because they're not going to be able to see it. One of the things, and these guys weren't spamming in any sense of the word, but they had so many flares up that they weren't able to see when the horde spit was coming, so if for a good kill. Watch what happens here. Pretty sure they patched this out. You shouldn't be able to death from above somebody when they dodge or tackle anymore. Maybe he wall jumped onto the train and then onto me? Something like that? But they definitely patched that out, because I've seen other people trying to do it to me. Not really sure what happened there, but fine kill. One of their friends is already dead from the zombie horde, which is nice. You'll see a couple times in this video it doesn't show the actual notification, which is a little weird, but don't ever let anybody tell you that a zombie horde is not good in 4 vs 1, because it is essential. Now, at this point, smart move on their part, they are splitting up, but under no circumstance should you ever go for the group that is not attacking the nests. Because as you'll see right here, it's kind of hard to think about the nests and the zombie at the same time. Thankfully I was able to kill this guy, he wasn't able to turn around, he was being attacked by a zombie at the same time. This guy goes ahead and kills me in 2 shots, and then teabags me. What kind of person... I mean, I guess that's kind of hypocritical to say, because I did spin around with those guys earlier. So... He gets 1. Everybody gets 1. Alright. Gets 1 teabag. Now I'm going to go straight into the fray again. Like I said, I did make a couple of mistakes in here. Really should have just kind of held back and waited until I had more of my abilities. I kind of wanted to do a repeat of last time, just jump at them. I activated my UV block way too soon. And I make a big mistake here that I hope you guys learned from. Never enter an enclosed space as the Night Hunter. Ever. Because you're not going to win the engagement, no matter what you do. I actually go for a couple of horde spits here and miss both of them, and he goes ahead and swipes me to death. Under no circumstance should you ever enter an enclosed space as the Night Hunter, because the only thing that's stopping humans from getting close to you is your ground pound. And if they ground pound into anything, a wall, a ceiling, the side of that pipe, then they're not going to fly any further than a couple of feet. In which case they're just going to pop back up and destroy you with whatever little melee tool they have at their disposal. So at this point, they only have 3 lives left. I really do want to get back into the game. The last thing I want is to show you guys a human comeback. I make a good play here. All 4 of them together, I'm just going to pop the UV light and just fire a horde spit as close to them as I can. And it actually gets 2 of them, which is great. Because now it means even if they split up, two people are going to be drawing the zombies to them. I get the UV spit off on this guy. It doesn't destroy his flare, but it hits him somehow. Ground pound checks that. I'm just going to back up. Let the horde keep distracting them. I want to get the guy who I UV spit as badly as possible. He throws down a flare, but he's too far away from me at this point. His friend dies, the friend who was UV lighting me. And I managed to get the pounce off in flare light, which is great. I'm just going to swipe at this guy like a madman so I can get the kill and just back off. Or die. Dying is the other solution. But just goes to show you, if the horde had not killed that guy, under no circumstance would I got that pounce, because he was UV letting me at that moment, and thankfully he was just outside the range of the flare. So that does put them down to 1 life. I really just have to kind of go in and pounce wherever I can. This guy's alone, so he looks like a good target. I pounce him at that range and he still UVs me. That's not smart on my part. But I do manage to get another horde spit off on 2 guys again, and it's basically over at that point. All I need to do is keep them off any one of these roofs. Now, initially I wanted to make sure that I could pounce, so I do go for the UV spit, but it doesn't even matter. I ground pound him right off the edge and the zombies get him. Ground pound his friend, and the zombies get him too, so there's no one interrupting me as they go in for the final swipe. And against Warframe, the guy who teabagged me, so woo! And Bolter, woo! So that's about it, guys. I do hope you enjoyed the gameplay. As always, entertaining you is my Hippocratic oath. Have a good night, cats and kittens.